What's going on, YouTube? Heater's kicking on. So, what we got today is customer car. So, a guy brought this in. Needs me to do a couple of things to it. So, one is, I guess the tune's acting a little wacky. It is on infinity, so we're gonna check out the tune. And then also, he's got a pretty bad oil leak around the turbo area, and not real sure where it's coming from. So, gonna have to probably take the turbo off and figure out where the oil leak's coming from, clean all that up, get it back together, and then take it out on the road and clean up the tune a little bit. I know it's stalling when it comes to a stop, and he just wants to make sure everything looks good. So we're also going to pull plugs, we might check valve lash, stuff like that, just kind of maintenance items, and get this car 100% ready to go. So anyways, we'll get to this. Probably gonna take the turbo off here and check that out, see what's going on. So we got a really clean car here, really nice shaved bays and stuff, and super tight. All the wiring's really nice, everything looks really good. I think he did a really good job on this car, and apparently makes pretty good power too. So what we got going on, as you guys can see, the oil mess. We got something leaking back here, so we're gonna have to figure that out, what's leaking. But 6266, built Jeremy Allen motor, Jason Schmuck over here on the manifold. So nice high quality build, and we're gonna get it cleaned up, ready to go, look it over a little bit. I mean, really nice looking car, well built. So we're gonna get at this. I think I'm gonna take the housing off so I can get it down and through here. I'm pretty sure it's a drain fitting problem. Hopefully it's just an O-ring or something's loose. If not, might have to make new lines, but hopefully try to avoid that, but we'll figure it out here. All that off. I think I narrowed it down to, so what he's got going on here is he has this oil pressure regulator going to the turbo. So what it's doing is it's grabbing pressure where we normally get it, and it's dumbing down whatever the motor pressure is, which for our cars are 80-90 psi, and it's basically a regulator for oil pressure, like fuel pressure. So it regulates it to 40 pounds. So the turbo only sees 40 psi of oil pressure. Well, I think all these adapters, I think one of these unions in here, everything was tight, but I think one of these unions leaks pretty bad. So I don't know. And he said he would like to just get rid of that. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do more digging on what turbo this is. I'm gonna find out what restrictor, if there's even a restrictor in there. Get on the phone with Precision and figure out, you know, what line they want and if they want a restrictor. That way we can remove all this pressure stuff, and I might even just make a new drain for him, a nice clean single drain, and we'll have a nice clean feed, and we'll get rid of this oil leak to the turbo. All right, so we got our turbo out, and it definitely is burning. See that black crap, that coking? That's all really burn up oil. So the ring and the actual turbo is definitely pushing oil past, so that's his smoking out the exhaust. And then of course we had a leak here as well, but he was complaining that he had some oil. He was not sure if it was turbo related or engine. And seeing that if it's turbo, you're gonna have it in between these two flanges here it's burning inside of this canister. If it's engine, you're gonna see oil all over your blades, and these are all gonna be black soot, but they're clean as a whistle. So we're definitely getting some oil pushing past the turbo. So I have to talk to the customer, see what he wants to do. I think he was more worried about the engine, and he's not too worried about the turbo. I think he does want to upgrade eventually, so I don't really know if he'll want to send this off to get it rebuilt. Probably just want to slap it back on, but we're gonna make a brand new feed line, or not feed line, drain line. We're gonna get rid of all this pressure stuff. So this pressure stuff was tried to relieve the oil leak in the turbo. But as you can see, it's the leak is definitely the turbo. So I don't know what he wants to do. We'll have to talk to him, figure it out. But yeah, we'll go from there and see what to do. Everything's nice and cleaned up now. Wheels on nice and clean. Wheel is actually in amazing shape. There's nothing wrong with it, not a single little nick. It's a good little turbo. Just a little bit of burning oil issues, which honestly a little ring, just a new ring would help. But yeah, everything's looking good. So I'm pretty happy. I was actually able to get full bar back there. So I was able to fit one in. So now I got a full light strip in the entire back. 2 on the side, and then 4 on the back side. But I was able to get 5. So it's a full bar. And I'll tell you what, it looks awesome in here. I mean, it is bright. I came out here at nighttime. Of course, the sun's coming through right now. And it is very bright. So awesome lights. If anybody's looking for a cheap way to get some serious lights in your garage, these are awesome. What's going on, guys? So today we finally got our fittings. So I get my fittings from A&F Fittings direct, and super nice fittings. So the fittings come, this is all PTFE line, and they come with your sleeve, your brass coupler guy, and then this goes down into the nylon line. And super nice fittings. I've used these guys for years. Really reasonable priced and really nice beefy fittings. Really nice line. I use this for everything: fuel, vacuum, drain. So today we're making the drain for his turbo. The last drain was made of like rubber, and I'm not a big fan of that stuff. This stuff is super tough. It's not very flexible. It's very stiff. As you can see, it's very stiff to maneuver. You can heat it up, and when you heat it up, it's more pliable. But it's really tough stuff. And I've had this same A&F Fittings direct line on my car for like fuel lines and stuff for 6, 7, 8 years, and it never leaks, fails, nothing. So we're gonna go ahead and get started on this drain line. So now we're going to go ahead and mount the turbo, get everything mounted up, and we should be in business. Got her all hooked back up, spinning nice. I had to get a new bolt for one of these back guys and cut it down. His was stripped. And we got fresh T-bolt clamps now and the charge pipe. We got our nice line there running down. So should be good to go. Be starting it up here real soon and getting it out on the road and seeing what she'll do. All right, this is gonna be first start on the car, and everything's hooked up, everything's tight, lines are hooked up. So it's the first time idling in here. Targets and air to fuel, which it is working. VE table, we got oil pressure and fuel pressure, so that's cool. So yeah, we're gonna take this bad boy out down the road. He wants me to do a couple adjustments and just verify the tune is decent, and then that's really all we're gonna do. So yep, so you come along for the ride. Let's go. See if I can drop stick still. Shit, this guy's too tall. Nice twin disc clutch. Remember these days. That's a hairy clutch right there. Sit way back. He warned me about being short. So we're just going to drive around a little bit, make sure everything's good. We got heat, so it looks like the cooling system's bled. Sound back when I had my CD009. I don't miss that sound, I can tell you that. Don't miss it at all. Ratios and all that good stuff. Make sure she's doing all right. Pop the hood. Make sure we ain't spewing nothing. He did complain about it was stalling at when it would come to a stop and stuff. I added some timing and some fuel, like right there. It kind of stumbled when the fans kicked on, but it didn't stall. So that's good. And I don't see any leaks. It's looking good now. No leaks at all. No more smoke. Alright. Well, let's get the tuning. Alright, everything looks good. No leaks. Nothing like that. It hit 16, 17 pounds and it held. Air to fuel was pretty much on the money, so whoever tuned it did a pretty good job, and all I had to do was kind of adjust the low end, the stalling and stuff. Temperatures, they're staying so cool. I'm shocked. He has a CSF radiator on this with no shrouds. He has 2 fans, and this thing stays really cool, which is really optimistic for me. I just bought a CSF for myself. CSF for myself. I'm having Jason Schmuck do a radiator and a big 14-inch fan, but I mean, we're doing pools and this thing is staying 190, 180, so that's really nice. I mean, it is cold out, but that's really nice to know that the CSF, it works very well.
More power.
Sometimes I do miss a manual. We did see that the turbo was burning a good bit of oil. These Gen 1 turbos, they had a lot of problems with oil burning with the turbo seals. Not sure why, but I've never had problems with Gen 2s, and the next gen, I'm pretty sure they done fixed that a long time ago, but I still see a little bit, but it's really nothing too crazy. It's not like a stream of smoke. It puffs out on initial, and then it kind of clears up, so he's gonna have to save up, maybe get a Gen 2 or a next gen. He could send this Gen 1 out and get fixed, but for the amount of money he's gonna spend to send this out, I'd probably just save up and get a nice Gen 2. So as you can see, guys, yeah, I almost lost the dump tube driving, so the vibration is cracking it worse. So he's definitely gonna have to get something figured out there. So we're gonna take this off. That way I can cruise the car around, just drive it through town and stuff, make sure just the cruise tune is good. But I pressure washed everything down there, so everything's nice and clean and pressure washed off. So we're looking good to go. I think he'll be happy. Turbo's all cleaned up. Drain is working good. There's no leaks. Just a little puff of smoke, but obviously we know what that is, and it's pretty sure that the rings in turbo are going. So, but yeah, we're good to go here, guys. So do a little bit of town driving with the car, and that's pretty much going to wrap it up. So going over the data logs here, everything looks really good. You know, we're 11.5 all the way across. The air to fuel's looking good. 16 pounds. It carries a little bit up top, but you know, our timing is relatively low as well. Of course, this is on a pump gas, and everything else looking good. Oil pressure, fuel pressure, everything looks good. So, I mean, everything looks really good. So there's not a whole lot more we can do with this car unless he wanted to make more power. Pump gas, I'd tell him, you know, let's move to E85 to make some more power. He says it made right around 500 on a Dynapack, I believe. So, I mean, 16, 17 pounds in this turbo, you probably have more like 450 areas. What I'm guessing is kind of what the car feels. It is torquey, it is a 2.2, so when the boost came in third gear, you know, it starts to haze the tire pretty good, but he's not on a real sticky, you know, big tire, nothing like that. So, you know, 400, 450 is going to spin your tire anyway. So, but yeah, I mean, it makes real good power, great street power. It's looking really good back there. It's all cleaned up. So we went ahead and took the dump valve off, not the dump valve, but the dump tube off the wastegate. That way I can go down to town and drive around a little bit, make sure it don't stall on me, nothing like that he was complaining about. So make sure that's good. We'll come back, we'll probably do a quick compression test and just to give him some compression numbers, and we're gonna be set to go. So another customer car done and gone. I believe there might be a engine showing up sometime this weekend. I got another customer that wants me to put together a short block for him. So we'll have another short block video, and I don't know if it'll be as detailed as Dylan's, but I'm definitely gonna get some video of the short block getting built and stuff. I think it's gonna be a similar setup. Everybody seems to want what I got. So we're gonna end up doing Jeremy Allen sleeves, stuff like that. So it should be a really nice short block for him. But I'm gonna go ahead and finish up looking at this data, make sure everything's good in the tune, and then we'll go down and cruise around town a little bit, and then that'll be it. So again, guys, thank you so much for the support. Again, t-shirts are coming. They are ordered and they are gonna be here probably within the week. So if you didn't get a t-shirt, let me know. We got some extras coming, and we'll probably end up doing another order here real soon because these t-shirts are going really quick. We got over 60 orders already. So really appreciate the support, guys. Remember, comment, like, up, subscribe. If you like what's on the channel, keep coming back. If you don't and you think I should do something else, hey, hit me up in the comments. What do you want to see? You want to see racing? You want to see builds? Or keep doing what I'm doing. I love to see your guys' feedback. So again, let me know, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.